On the banks of Lake Washington, it's Husky Stadium. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. It's the BYU Cougars and the Washington Huskies. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We check in with her now.
The most beautiful views from the water on Lake Washington. Husky Stadium is something special. You can see the lake, the mountains. You can see it all from kickoff. This is one of the most glorious views in all of college sports. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. And the Cougars kickoff unit is ready to go, and so are we to start this season. A special teams miscue right off the bat, and they'll take over in really good field position. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Running inside, it's Edwards. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. All right, guys, let's chat for just a moment about Washington. You start the season, top 25, clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time. The number beside your name doesn't matter right now. The number matters late in the season. So you want to start the season fast. You want to be gelling on offense and on defense. I think that's the challenge early here.
Absolutely. Figuring out who you are. Obviously some talented pieces, well thought of in the top 25, but a lot of season to go out and prove it. Day one, game one. Make that first impression.
So already a challenge on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 9. Williams unloads it left. A strike downfield. Turns it on down the left side. Touchdown, Washington. He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
Man, can you draw up a better start for this offense? Coming out the gate explosive to start the season. Get a touchdown on the board right away. Create a lot of momentum for this football season.
He'll start the return inside his 5. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. First carry of the season for this transfer. Picks his way ahead, pickup of 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line. It's hard to find a place these days that the Big Ten doesn't touch geographically, but there's a lot of crossover with the Big Ten and Big 12 and plenty of bragging rights on the line when their schools meet.
You think about Nebraska, once upon a time being in the Big 12, now in the Big 10 too. These conferences also recruit in similar areas too. So this game is interesting, David, because a lot of these players, they're familiar with each other from high school.
Yeah, and I tell you, from experience, you hate that. Like, you get to know each other, you go to the other school, like, you're now my enemy. You're not my friend anymore. So a chance to prove it, a chance for the Big 12, who's been kind of pillaged and pulled apart at times, sometimes by the Big 10. Let's go out and make a statement today.
It's complete to the left.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you square your prominent jawline and go straight ahead to get it. Has to get there to move the sticks. Could be an alley. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. No hesitation on that call and no reason not to go for it on 4th and inches.
We're bigger than you, we're tougher than you, we're stronger than you, and we're going to get a push, and they did it right there.
Looking to pass. It's Bachmeier. Fires left. Oh, what a play. It's intercepted. Bringing it back. He's at the 40. He is finally out of bounds, but he was smelling that end zone on that return.
And for that quarterback, that was a good feeling that turned bad really quickly. He saw cover one. He got excited, taking a shot deep down the field. After he threw it, though, he could see the defender had better positioning than his receiver did, and that ends up being an interception.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Let's talk for just a second about Washington. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse.
Turning it on! And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Washington!
I bet this coaching staff is jacked up to get this offense firing so fast early in the season, on point. A lot of times it takes time to build the rhythm. It takes time to get it rolling. This offense starting the season off with a bang.
He'll bring it out. It's Henderson. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. The Cougars offense takes the field to start this drive. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Makes the grab. It's Phillips. It'll be a gain of 6. Sets up 2nd and 4.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
The Cougars with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Back to throw, it's Bachmeier. Fires to the middle. Complete to the left. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down. BYU lines up quickly. To the air on first down. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there, threw the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big third down conversion by this offense.
Wants to throw on first down. Spits it out to the back. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
You can feel and hear the purple rain all the way across Lake Washington. Third down coming. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Has it. First grab of the season for this highly talented freshman. They believe he's just going to get better each and every snap.
Yeah, I think if you're on offense right now, you're thinking, I don't know if our defense can stop them. They couldn't do it the last drive out. We're down a lot on the scoreboard right now, so we need to score touchdowns every time we have the ball. That was a big play for them, but they got to cap this thing off.
Stopped in his tracks, and they'll have to try it again.
And a lot of times the fit up front, you know, linebackers are fitting holes and that ball bounces and it's supposed to go somewhere. And sometimes it goes to a DB and the offense will get a W. Like they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
He's going for the goal line. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Cougars! I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with a touchdown.
Coming out with it, it's Washington. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Edwards. He's running free down the middle. He's at the 40. The 20. He is in. Touchdown, Huskies. What an explosive eruption into the end zone by this running back.
And this back does it a lot. That he makes big plays. When you can make big plays like this, it makes everybody's job easier. Oh, we can play action. Oh, we can throw it. But it starts with the run game, and this guy's setting everything up.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. Boy, they've been jumped all over, and they really need to put together a scoring drive here, down 21-6.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Wants to throw. It's Bachmeier. Unloads to the right. Got him downfield. Gets the ball up to the 50-yard line, and it'll be first down.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
In most offenses, man, it's about controlling the line of scrimmage, getting the run game going. And when you got a back that's averaging over 5 yards a touch, like I'm not great at math, guys, but every 2 touches I'm getting...
There's a crease. Picks up the first down. Touchdown, Cougars. He got a step and just dusted the field. There's a reason they call this dude a big playmaker. Moments just like that one.
Big-time playmaker. Can make plays all over the field from all different spots. That's why you got to find ways to give him touches as much as possible because he'll make it happen.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Washington. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. They'll have to hurry if they want to get another play off before the quarter ends. The run inside. It's Edwards. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Washington has the lead. Let's take a look at the numbers through the first quarter. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. Got a little work done on first down, now back to the line. Here's Williams to throw. Looking down the middle. Working on the right. That's his first catch of the season, and they believe he is a freshman who can contribute a lot early. Productive pass offense for the Huskies, and they've had a long line of quarterbacks who've gone on to the pros.
Yeah, a lot of guys that you can think of. Warren Moon obviously was so dynamic, so good, but guys that were surgical, guys that read the defenses, made the decisions, made big plays. That's what the Husky fans want to see.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? I mean, I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
Williams will pass. Makes the grab. Still running at the 40. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28.
And another connection and another big play for this offense. And they keep the gas to the floor. Like they're still throwing the football, still making big plays. And this defense, they still have found zero answers in how to get back in this football game.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Trying to run, it's Edwards. Here's got enough space. And he's in. Pounded his way in for the score. Touchdown, Huskies.
And this offense is firing on all cylinders right now. Starting the year, game 1, creating a little bit of a pad and separation at the end of this first half. But you can see why so many people are really excited about this offense this season.
He'll bring it out. It's Henderson. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So the BYU offense comes out to go on the attack. The last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on that.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They've clearly found that dude. They score here, we're in for a ball game.
On the move, it's White. Quick spin on the run. At the 40, there he goes. He's now up to 70 yards on the ground. A very productive first half here in the season opener. The Cougars just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Oh, better look out. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. Handoff to the single back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
You just need more from your offensive line. 2nd and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop, and now you set up 3rd down, and this offensive line is going to have to play a lot better here.
Looking for a man, it's Bachmeier. Complete, and he's ruled down right there, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
And he can make things happen, too. It's so important now. You see this all the time in college football. Running back by committee. This team has a lot of talent. They are a loaded backfield, and it's good to see this backup now getting some run in this game.
Lets it fly deep downfield. Touchdown, Cougars! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
Coming into this game, this offense really believed they had a mismatch problem because of this tight end speed and athleticism, and you saw it right there, David. Nobody able to hang with this guy on that touchdown catch.
And either way you cover him, if you want to put a linebacker on him, he's got a speed advantage. A safety on him, he's got a size advantage. QB takes advantage of the mismatch, knows where his big fella's going to be, and capitalizes on it.
He'll bring it out. It's Washington. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Oh, what vision. Can they catch him? They won't get him. It's a touchdown. No guts, no glory. Caught it in the end zone. Didn't hesitate for a millisecond to take that thing back, and boy, did it pay off.
And this is why kickoff returns are so exciting. There's so much space between you and the other team flying down the field. The only time you're going to be provided that much space, and you could tell he knew what to do with that space. Kicked on the Jets by Felicia.
Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Steaming into the backfield to make the stop, and he'll lose 4.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Tough way to start this drive. Now they'll try to fix it on 2nd and 15. Looking to throw, it's Bachmeier. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Finds a spot down the gut of the knee. Electrifying play, and man, are they set up now at the 32-yard line.
You know, there's a lot of communication when it comes to defenses. Like, you have to talk, have to understand if somebody does this, I have to do this. I have to pass off wide receivers. Apparently, the communication was busted.
Shows him the stiff arm. And he moved it slightly forward. Defense played it well.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Fires to the wideout. He's got an open man. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. Washington stops the clock and uses its first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Touchdown, BYU! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And that was a really big score here at the end of the first half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the first half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the second half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Williams makes the grab on the left. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Hey, listen, as a receiver, you're running that hitch route against man coverage. You can't loaf on it, right? I know it's just a little short throw, but you've got to make the defender think you might be going deep. So a nice job not just taking it easy on the play. He put his foot in the ground, he drove back to the ball, and made it easy.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And the defense makes a play, finally. This is a lot of offense early in this football game, a lot of scoring. Need more of this from the defense. Getting to the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable, and then when you get him down, you get him behind the sticks. Good things happen for your defense.
Running inside, it's Edwards. He'll be dragged down right at the 19-yard line. It'll bring up 4th down. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks so much, fellas. Here inside our EA Sports Studios, welcome into the Week 0 College Football Update Show. Let's begin with a look at Wake Forest, taking on the Tulane Green Wave. And it's the Demon Deacons, trying to win the home opener. They've got the lead midway through the first half.
BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. They had a really productive first half, but in a game like this, they better keep it up.
You know, at halftime, the offense and defense separate, and they kind of go over their own adjustments. You know the offense was saying to themselves very quietly, guys, we're not going to stop anybody. We got to keep scoring if we're going to win this game. So the pressure's on them here in the second half, David.
Yeah, and you get the ball first. And so it's been a high-scoring first half. You get to go out here now and make a statement. Start this half, say, listen, we're going to keep scoring points, and then maybe help alleviate some of that pressure on your defense.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Henderson. Danced his way through traffic. Pickup of 4 to the 19. Can you even imagine trying to operate in the midst of this purple rain on 3rd down? Dropping back, it's Bachmeier. The safe call on the wide receiver screen. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Off the play fake. Pressure coming. Takes a hit as he fires. Wide open downfield. And the defense finally able to corral him at the 45. That will move the chains.
Well, this tight end's really good at finding soft spots and zones. It's not just working over the middle of the field either, but also on the perimeter of the field. And that time, as soon as he releases off the ball,
There he goes to the left. Inside the touchdown, BYU. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house.
And, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again. And how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a master class in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way. And you're right. In college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Washington. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. The Huskies offense out there and ready to go. Now they'll try to answer that score with one of their own and regain the lead here in the 3rd. Gets it out to the 20 after a pickup of 4. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Pulls it on the option. Might have a chance.
good with these design quarterback runs. He's patient. He allows the holes to develop. He puts his foot in the ground. And in the open field, he's as dangerous as any ball carrier in the country.
Looking for blockers. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. The Cougars offense takes the field to start this drive. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers, David.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain.
And when you're running the ball well, QBs love going to play action. You get the linebackers starting to suck up closer to the line of scrimmage. They're keying on those running backs, and it just makes pitch and catch so much easier for these quarterbacks and receivers.
He's going to throw deep right side. He's got it way down the field. This offense is feeling itself right now, and momentum's coming along with them. Gonna run it. It's Henderson. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And you could tell that play went nowhere from the start.
It was definitely a great play by that defender.
Oh, yeah, he got in the backfield so quick, the running back had absolutely no chance.
Looking to throw, it's Bachmeier. He hurls one deep down the left side. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man, or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
And I thought the game plan has been so good by this defense, man. They know exactly who his go-to guy is out wide, and they're doing a great job of mixing up coverage, taking that away. Listen, this QB doesn't have to go to him, and that's where I think you look next. Who's your next best playmaker that can make something happen for you? Maybe go find him, because they're locked in on that star out wide.
On 4th and 11, they decide to go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. And that decision will be questioned for a while. They'll start this drive 60 yards in front of them from their own 40. Leaves it with the back. And he stopped right there. No gain on the play. Third quarter here, 2nd and 10 as we are getting this season underway in the opening week. They'll keep it on the ground. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room.
And what a great job by the defense here. First down, second down, 2 straight runs. They stuffed both, and that was a big key for them coming into this game. They want to set up 3rd and long situations, and now those edge rushers can pin their ears back to get after the quarterback. They can mix up and disguise their coverages on the back end, hoping to create negative plays and takeaways.
And, man, you got to love the way the defense just took this field. Like, offense scores, cuts into the lead, and they had some juice, some energy, flying around, being physical, everybody getting to the football, and now for...
Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. Washington stops the clock and uses its first timeout. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. Still in their own territory, they'll go for it on 4th and long from their own 42. 4th down, Williams. And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end.
Yeah, and see, I have no problem being aggressive near midfield. I got no problem whatsoever. You get stuffed, but I think you have to show your team, like, we're going to be aggressive. We're going to continue to try to make it, even in the second half when things are getting tight.
Scanning the field, it's Bachmeier. Flushed out of the pocket. Throws to the wideout. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
There's some room. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Cougars!
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
The Cougars will use their first timeout here. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. He'll bring it out. It's Washington. Makes a move. He's got it alley. He's going to get loose. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Washington.
I'll tell you, you're lucky if you're watching a college football game and you see 1 return for a touchdown. That's now his 2nd of the game. This guy is absolutely lethal. He's shown you his open field running ability. He's shown you his speed. I'll be shocked if anybody kicks his way the rest of this game and the rest of the season.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Caught inside the 20, chance for a good return. Gets it out nearly to the 35-yard line, corralled and brought down. They'll mark it at the 34. This drive will get underway from just inside the 35 at their own 34. On the move. Crosses the 45. Still running at the 40. He's loose. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Cougars. He scores for the 5th time in this game.
David, this guy's showing us everything he's got in his toolbox. Between the tackles, running outside, the elusiveness, the vision, the speed, the patience, and with that home run, now has over 200 yards rushing in this game.
And there's nothing more frustrating than a guy that just keeps coming and keeps coming. They keep feeding him, and he keeps breaking tackles. He keeps making big plays. This defense has had absolutely no answer for that stud.
Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he had just taken a knee in the end zone. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. The run inside. It's Edwards. They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Maybe some room here. Past the 50. Inside the 30. 10. And he slipped through the crowd and he'll house it. Touchdown, Huskies. Nothing but a vapor trail left behind that guy, and the defense
that does not feel good. As a defense, you're trying to limit the big plays, keep that guy in front of you. That guy says, wait a minute, I'm way too fast for that. We're going to just need to work on those angles. That's for dang sure.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. We've reached a break. It's Washington holding the lead. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the third quarter stats. Coming out with it, it's Henderson. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. They finally corral him, but he turns that into a big gain and a first down. They'll have a first down here, a Week 0 game that is living up to all the hype and anticipation. Looking downfield, it's Bachmeier. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. He fires back across the field, and it's intercepted. He's loose down the left side. Touchdown, Husky. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone. What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Henderson. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. So the BYU offense comes out to go on the attack. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Offense working from the pistol. They'll go back to the air on second down. He lost one down the sideline. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
Now, I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the fourth quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
Well, we know the game of college football is always evolving and changing, and one of the biggest reasons why is the quarterback evolution. Dual threat quarterbacks. You're seeing two great examples in this game so far. Both guys can hurt you throwing it. Both guys can hurt you running it. It's been the running attack from both of these guys that's been the big story so far.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
The offense has got to find something here in the fourth quarter. You can tell pressing a little bit. They need that big play. They want that big play to try to make this game a better ball game. Took the shot, unsuccessful, but I wouldn't be surprised if they take some more of those.
Buying some time. On the run, deep down the right side. Knocked away at the last minute, and that is precision defensive back play there.
And I love the IQ by the defense on that play. Like, understand situational football. They're down by a couple scores. The clock is ticking. They need to make big plays. Nice job playing the deep ball and not giving up anything big.
Back to pass, it's Bachmeier. Pocket breaking down. And it's picked off for the third time today. Didn't really get a chance to get started on that return, but he has set him up at the 41-yard line. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Running inside, it's Edwards. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice gain before the defense is able to stop him. That kind of pickup on first down, and you can take a shot here on 2nd and short. He's got it again. Not much there on the run. He gets 1 to the 31.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30.
I think one of the biggest reasons why the scoreboard looks the way it does is this offense has been dominant on 3rd down. They have found a way to stay on the field. They do it again here late, running the ball on 3rd.
Washington coming to the line with another first down. They want that clock to run. Maybe a crease. Touchdown, Washington! Excellent pass by the back on the option. He scores for the 5th time in this game.
And that's a big problem for this defense. When you get that guy in space, it's hard to catch him. You got to bottle him up near the line of scrimmage. Palmer, too much daylight too early in that run.
Yeah, you're right, David. And I think that's what makes this guy unique. With his skill sets, you just know it's a matter of time. You just keep giving him the football. Good things are going to happen. Long touchdowns are going to happen. And you saw it right there.
Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Hands it off. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating them up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
They'll go right back to him, and they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
And this defense is more than happy with the offense running the football. They've done a great job today. I mean, they've really made this offense work so hard, earn everything they've gotten, and that's why this lead is ballooned like it has.
Going to have to come up with a play on 3rd and 10 from inside their own 20. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And how are you guys not impressed with this defense, man? They've been so good. They've been all over the field. And they're about to make this a very one-dimensional offense. Like All
right, let me jump in here. They are going to go for it on 4th down, and I'm not sure they have much choice in this situation. Right down the middle. Still on his feet. And runs through another one. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. And, Jesse, there's a huge mountain to climb here, but you might as well start with a chunk play.
Well, you got to start somewhere, Reese. It's been tough going for this offense all game long. They find themselves in a hole, but I love the aggressive nature. Keep taking shots. Keep trying to claw your way back into this one.
It's complete to the right. And that will be the final play as the clock strikes 0 here.